right, everybody's here. Let's get this party started. Hello, guys. First of all, super excited of seeing most of you here. Lundi, what's up, Tom? Kaylee, everybody. Brandon, thank you guys all for being here. Let's just get this cranking. We only have 30 minutes, but real quick about myself. My name is Rosemary Berberena. I am president of Family First Life Puerto Rico. I've been at Family First Life since 2019. So that said, I have a really cool guy that I'm inviting today. His name is Jesse HANTLA. Now, Jesse, I recently met only last weekend. So I just wanted to thank you, first of all, and allow you to introduce yourself. What were you doing prior to Family First Life and what got you here?
Awesome. Well, I'm honestly blessed to be here. And that anytime that I can pour into agents, and I actually see a few familiar faces on here that have reached out to me on Instagram and Facebook. I see Madeline here, I've met at convention. Guys, like the crazy thing about what Family First Life can do for you. But first off, before I even got here, I was donating plasma on unemployment coming off of my last company with insurance. So I was pretty much completely strapped broke. I had $300-400 left to my name. And I said, you know what? I believe in myself. I believe in God. Everything's going to work out. I spent every single dollar I put into leads and I called them until I had my appointment count. The goal was 15, 20 appointments for the next 2 days. That's what they say on every single conference call. 15 to 20 appointments for your next 2 run days. I did that. It wasn't easy, you know, and this is the week of Christmas. And I'm calling these people and they're like, you can't come over, it's Christmas. I'm like, I'm coming over. I'll see you here. What time works best for you? Mornings, afternoons, or evenings? Evenings, perfect. This time or this time? This time. Next thing you know, I'm sitting in front of the people that told me to F off. Next thing I'm sitting in front of the people that said I'm too busy, right? And the crazy thing about this is by never giving up and getting here is where it all starts. And anything that I'm doing, I always think about what would Sean Mike do? This is where originally when we started Bing Bong Dials, and even prior to that, we had it as FFL Primetime Dials.com. But then a lot of people that it was kind of like, I wouldn't say ego, but there was pride, like, oh, I don't want my team on there. That's your agency. And I'm like, dude, I want to build a place where everybody can come join. All I ask is cameras on and unmute when you're live. And if multiple people are live, go into a breakout room. But the goal here is to make sure everybody can win. Because if you're brand new, you guys just got here, you just got your license, plug in. Let's get you through the objections. Let's hear other producers that are able to help 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 130 families a month. Exactly.
And in your particular situation, I know the reason why this picture or video was showing on Family First Life shaving your head was because the bet was, I am going to help 100 families this month or I'm going to shave my head.
Yep.
You got to 94 families, which is, I would shave my head. 94 families, that's impressive. Now, this is all telesales, correct?
Yeah, that was telesales, except for one client, which was done telesales and I closed them in-house.
How many families do you help on average?
Between 30 and 60 on average. I've had 3 months where 1 month I did 94, 129, 123 was another month. I should be able to crack 100 plus this month. But, you know, like for me, it's not necessarily about the amount of money I'm making. It's how many more families can I help? And I don't look at premium. I look at how many apps can I do? I look at how many more people need my blessing, right? And sometimes you come out ahead. Sometimes you come out some really big sales. But, you know, the thing is, when you guys are brand new to this industry, you know, never compare your season of where anybody else is compared to yourself, because what you're going through might not be what anybody else in this room is. And only you know exactly what that is, right? Don't compare yourself, but be eager and be very, very hungry to learn the next level, you know. And if you don't know, being able to put your ego and your pride aside and asking for help, you know, I had to learn the hard way. I used to be very egoful. Like I had a ton of ego where I was like, no, 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 this is my sale. I'm not going to split. I'm not going to do that. And then I wasn't getting closes until one day, you know, had someone help me with a big IUL sale to help explain it to a client. And then I was like, wow, I actually made money. That was cool. And I learned. And now I know how to do the application and the illustration. Okay, now what's next? I find another client, the agent that helped me, he said, okay, cool, dude, I helped you once. Now let's get you resourceful. Call the carriers. Call the carriers, come back to me with your answer. And then it started to get less splits. And eventually I was doing it by myself. And that's kind of how I did it with my annuities when I got here. I was leveraging David Allen, the AMS team, taking some splits on policies, but I was getting them sold, right? At first, I was finding the golden question, you know, running through my presentations, doing the golden question on every single house. Because I always, if there's a system in place, I want to run the play. If Sean Ruggiero became an integrity partner by running advanced market, cool. I see other people, Matt Smith did it. I see other people that have been able to add into their advanced market. What was it? The stats like 89% of Hall of Fame producers all wrote advanced market. And I'm like, well, that's what I want to do. All those guys make the most money in the house. How can I do that? Because if I bring more money into my house, the only thing that means is I solved a lot more problems this year.
Absolutely. Exactly. And we're talking about Andrew Taylor. We are talking about Matt Smith. These are that are big on advanced market sales. Now, Jesse, you are a true leader. I see you also big on spreading the knowledge to other agents, new agents especially. You're also very passionate, like you say, about advanced market sales, in particular annuities. Now, what is the golden question? Why is it important for new agents to ask the golden question in every single appointment? And then we'll get to the in-home.
So I actually have two questions, the silver and the gold, okay? Silver question, are you more of a spender or saver? If you guys don't have this on your financial inventory, what I'm going to do is pull up my financial inventory. Feel free to use it. It's free. And again, I like sharing information because if I've got tools that work for me, it would be selfish to not give it away. So are you more of a spender or saver? Why are we asking that question in every single house? That lets me know, do they save money? Do they have money and assets that they might be able to do for the future? Or are you a spender? If they're a spender, I need to get a bill in front of them, AKA a life insurance program, to make sure their future is set up because they're used to paying bills. They work, pay bills, work, pay bills, work, retire, pay bills. But how can we get that knowledge flipped around, right? Now, the golden question, do you have anything else that acts like life insurance? Like a 401k, IRA, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, pension plans, significant savings. I've said this probably 7,000, 10,000 times in the last year. And I can literally run through my entire financial inventory by hand, right? Now, there's systems in their structure to an in-home presentation, telephone presentation. And if you guys don't have it, we need to have the structure because that's how you get direction moving and where you want it to go, okay? Pulling it up right now, 1 second, guys. There's going to be a link here that you're going to be able to get into it. Feel free to add, or feel free to just make a copy of it, download it. I do everything out of my iPad. And another tip I can give you guys, if you don't have an iPad or some type of digital device that you can take notes on, you're really staying far behind and you're going to build up this massive stack of paper and you're going to get unorganized and you're going to have clients fall through the cracks. And having that more simplistic for yourself, keeping it digital. One thing I'm really big on is I have a big whiteboard in my office, and like as I got big cases going or certain clients, so I've got 3 columns, right? Retirement, life insurance, and like advanced market. So I have advanced market, which is something kind of different, which is going to be like infinite banking, premium financing, more stuff to help my business owners. Now, again, I don't want to overwhelm you with stuff to learn, but just know that there's like different layers to the onion.
Right.
And If you're a brand new agent, guys, keep it really simple. Run the plays, do the final expense, do your term, do your mortgage protection. Because you're going to find a way to stay in business. Because if you can't buy leads, you're going out of business. If you can't buy leads, you can't pay your bills.
While you're saying that, Jesse, sorry for interrupting you. I want you to also segue to what an in-home presentation. And if you want to do some kind of a role play, that's okay. Or if you want, the mic is yours.
Okay, perfect. So before we get there, actually, this is perfect that we're doing this. If you guys can, go ahead, go on here. There's a Google link, okay? So anybody that has this, you can view it. And so we'll basically run through this like we're on an in-home, okay? Whether it's an in-home, whether it's a telephone, okay? So imagine we're on a hit in-home. A knock on your door, you open the door. You're gonna say, who are you? I'm gonna say, hey, my name's Jesse HANTLA. I hand you my business card. I'm here for our appointment about the life insurance and mortgage protection. Okay, cool. Yeah, come on in. Okay, perfect. Would you like your shoes on or would you like my shoes on or off? You can keep them on. Okay, perfect. They're going to probably navigate you to the couch. You're going to say, no, where's your table? We're not going to do business here on your couch, okay? You need to take direction on that. When you first sit down, set your bag down. I usually unload my iPad. I get out my notebook right here, right? So I got my notepad right here. I got my grandma that comes with me. Got my girlfriend's son that comes here with me. Why? Because these are some of my whys. This is the reason why I want to win. I want to make sure everything's good. I have my license here. So when I sit down, I hand this to you. Here's my license here for the state of whatever I'm working in. Go ahead and flip it over. I work with Family First Life. We represent A and A+ rated carriers like Americo, John Hancock, Mutual of Omaha, all the others are listed there. And then I use my iPad pencil. I specialize in mortgage protection, life insurance, and safe retirement planning. When you filled out this request, what was your main purpose? What was the main purpose of you filling this out?
The big why.
The big why. You need to find out why, guys. And literally on the financial inventory, you got 3 objectives, okay? Affordability, comfortables, and you see qualify. So since I got my iPad out already, what was the main reason you filled out the insurance? Now you see in that first box, why for insurance? Why do I want to know that information? Because I need to know what I can apply pressure to, okay? So you're going to start to run through it. Okay, you've got their phone number. All right, Rose, go ahead and remind me, what's your date of birth? Bam, bam, bam. And are we looking to get you covered or anybody else? And I'm assuming you're married. I'm not going to be in the house. Right? Because the main reason for it is I don't want to do a one-legged appointment and to get you like 99% of the way and I got to talk to my husband. I'm not doing that. So prior to booking the appointment, are you single, married, widow, divorced? I'm married. Okay, cool. Is your husband, your wife going to be there at the same time? Yeah, they are. Perfect. I'll see you guys then. Right? Now that I'm in the in-home, I got the name, occupation, medication. So now I'm filtering what's most likely going to be the case here. When I was on my first year with FFL, I ran 99% was all CRM leads. I hit Hall of Fame on CRM leads, right? I started running mortgage leads like December 15th of last year. I already hit Hall of Fame by this point. Now we've got the medications. So we're running instant internet life leads. We're running old mortgage leads through the CRM. We're running 1-3-month leads. And I'm doing that. So they're going to have a mortgage. They may have rent. You're finding their budget. Do you currently pay anything extra towards the mortgage? Yes or no? Yes. If so, how much? Okay. Do you have life insurance? Yes. Who's your beneficiary? Your why. Your silver star. So you're more of a spender or saver. Do you have anything else that acts like life insurance, like a 401k, IRA, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, pension plans, CDs, or savings? Bam. Then they're going to say, yes, I've got 401k. I've got an IRA. I got stocks. Okay. Circle, circle, circle. Is it from a current or past employer? Past. Okay, perfect. Circle it. What's your average income monthly? So I'm recommending a program that's going to make sense for you because I don't want to get my eyes on the 401k. I don't want to get my eyes on that. You want to know that it's there. And if they say, why are you asking all these questions? Because I need to know what's there outside from insurance that we can leave behind to your family, and making sure that the proper designations for your future is planned properly now. Okay, great. Now they're going to give you more ammunition. So you're asking questions to get more fuel. If you're getting feedback, they got to know why.
Right.
Okay. Current, past employer, you got their income. Find the discretionary income. Why do we want to know that? Because that's how much money they have after they paid their bills. That's how much we can spend on insurance, or percentage of that to spend on insurance. Because if they've got $200 on insurance or 200 discretionary in income, how much are you guys going to recommend? 200 bucks? Heck no. You might recommend 20 to 30 bucks, 10, 20, 30% of what they have left over. Why would we recommend 10 to 20%? Because that probably won't even feel like a bill. Feel like going to the gas tank. Except we don't do it 4 times a month, we do it once. Okay. Now I've got the application there. So if we end up having to do something in the advanced market, you got to run to your next appointment. You're having internet issues. You've got any problem like that, you can basically do an application, have them sign at the bottom that you can e-app for them, e-sign, click to sign, or you can email them the signatures afterwards, right? And then that way, if you are doing telesales, you can write down this information. So if they get declined from one company, you don't have to ask them 3 times to the next carriers. Because I don't know about you guys, but if I'm on the phone with someone, they're asking me the same question 3 to 4 times, I'm going to think either one or two things. You're very, very unprofessional, or you're incompetent.
I wanted to add to that, because this part right here is kind of like, you know, it would be kind of like a gray area. Am I able to do that? But I noticed that you have that portion to where the client is actually allowing you to make that kind of decisions on behalf of them. Yep.
And that's where I've got the disclaimer there. It's for underwriting purposes. Nothing's going to be billed. Nothing's going to be charged. So it's a cover my butt. They physically hand sign it. I'm still going to email them afterwards. Hey, we're submitting with XYZ carrier, sign it on application, right? But if I'm physically in house with you, I'm going to do that. Now, if I'm doing this over the phone, say we're doing an Aetna security question, say we're doing Americo text. Guys, like the system for us doing telesales, like there's never been a better time to be in the insurance industry ever. Mm-hmm. Like I've been in the game for a couple years now, but now if you really want to get into the basic stuff, there's so much knowledge. If you want to get into advanced market, we've got the AMS team. We've got request the specialists. Now there's, 3, 4 new people, premium financing, infinite banking, retirement planning specialists that are getting added for our business owners. Like I can't think of a better company, a better time. And not only that, you produce a bunch, you get a producer bonus. If you're a VP, you get a bonus for your agency. So if you're not building an agency yet, guys, build one. It's fun. You get to train new people. Yeah, it's a lot of headaches sometimes. Yeah, it's a lot of stress sometimes. But guess what? When you can inspire a guy like me to go from donating plasma on unemployment to making more money than I've ever made in my entire life and setting my family in a position and being able to, and this is the thing, not get to or have to, I have the opportunity to. Right? Like Richard's like, dude, this guy's blowing my mind. I can't even, I got to hold my head up because like I can relate to it. The struggle is real, guys. And how many people here in America are struggling? They hate their job. They want to make the next raise. They want to do this, but they need someone to push them and get the next risk. I saw a little article the other day. It said, no risk, no Rari. And the Ferrari may not be something that you want. The Ferrari may not be something that you want. The car may not be something that you want, but think about it. You don't risk your comfort zone, you'll never get there, right? Exactly. Waking up early, staying that extra little bit at the gym, sacrificing not eating Little Debbie's. Some of you guys are like, dang, man, why I got to hit my oatmeal cream pies, man? So we've ran through the financial inventory. We sold them the life insurance. A lot of the times when you ask the golden question, you want to dig in there. Please don't do that, guys. Please don't do it. Don't.
I'm not on that appointment.
Yeah, not that on appointment. Sell them the life insurance. It's been submitted. It got approved. And at the very tail end, this is when I do it. Hey, Rose. So we had mentioned that you have a 401k from a past job. Have you looked at a statement lately? Yeah, I have. Great. How much of that money, write this down, how much of that money are you willing to lose in the market if it continues to do what it's doing? So how much money are you willing to lose if the market corrects? Zero is usually what they're going to say. Perfect. Go grab your statement. Because if there was a way I could lock in your gains and protect you from ever losing a dollar and avoiding probate when your family needs it the most, would you find value in that?
I love it.
They're going to say yes. You grab the statement, you go to the AMS team, go to fflams.com.
I put it on the chat, FFL
Yep.
AMS.
Make sure you do that, because if you're brand new, do the AMS, reach out to them. If you work, you know, if you've contacted them, cool. If you need more assistance and you want someone to help you close it, call me. But like, keep in mind, like, guys, if you're asking for help from someone who's put 5 years of experience into it, don't expect to get it for free usually. I mean, if you're using the AMS team, cool. But, you know, me personally, like, I could be helping my agency grow. You know what I mean? I could be helping my business grow. And I had some agents really say like, oh, I'm not going to be you a split. I'm like, that's cool, dude. Like, you can call the AMS team.
Bye. Sean
And
might say that if you have somebody helping you, you know, cut them on something like a 10%, like talk about it.
Yeah.
But no, I agree.
But it's not to be a jerk about it. But like, guys, we either got time or we got money. And if you don't have the time, you're going to pay money for it. So everyone's like, dang, dude, he's dropping some nuggies right here. Now, once you get that though, it's really important, you know, make sure your communication's there. Don't bug your client. Don't pressure them too much. Drip on them. You know, a lot of these annuity clients, you're going to find them, you're going to dig it. Like I've got a lady I've been working on since 2018 for $60,000. Guess what? I'm still working on her since 2018. Yeah. But now she's finally going, Jesse, I lost 20 grand. I'm like, oh my gosh, Miss so-and-so. Are you ready to continue losing more? Because every time I talk to you, you keep going backwards. How many more times are we going to continue this? You're going to continue the last 6 months like the last? Because if you're not happy with what's happened the last 6 months, do you want to repeat this again? Well, I need to think about it. We've been thinking for 3 years. It's time to pull the trigger, you know? And I don't mean it in a forceful way, but she understands I'm playful, you know? Mm-hmm. But you know, the big thing about it is if clients if they say they got to think about it, they don't know what you're talking about. They don't understand what you're doing. You're selling the concept, or you're selling on like numbers. Like, look, you can grow 12%. Like, you don't even need to talk about that. Literally, I had a conversation with a lady an hour ago. It'll lock in your gains, protect you from losing money, and it avoids money from probate. If we can accomplish these goals, are we winning outside from your 401k now? Yes. Perfect. When's a good time? We can get this application in. We're protecting your money. We can do it here on this date. Perfect. And then I dug a little deeper. She wants to pay off her house sooner. How can we do that? We're not going to dig into this. We're going to talk about this another day. But again, there's different layers to it, you know?
Right. Exactly. Now,
talk about the concepts about how it helps, right? Why does it work this way? How is it going to help me? And why is it going to be beneficial to continue listening to you?
Exactly. So I want to thank you, Jesse, for being here and for being that second person. I couldn't have done it without you. Like, you are the best, and I will see you on Bing Bong Dows. I'm really excited about that group. Now, any closing statements for new agents? What words of advice can you give new agents who are interested in offering annuities, but haven't found the courage to start for whatever reason that may be?
Well, growth doesn't happen in when you're in your comfort zones. So get uncomfortable. And if you're uncomfortable talking about it, what I would recommend doing, just literally go on to YouTube University and type in fixed indexed annuities. How do they work? Mm-hmm. Go to FIAbenefits.com. Watch the 7 steps. Get the book from Sean Ruggiero. Read some books from Tom Hegna. Listen to some audiobooks from Tom Hegna. Listen to other types of advisors. Go on my YouTube channel, FFL Primetime. There's a couple videos on there explaining annuities. Learn from all different walks of life, understanding what's happening in the world, understanding in the market today, about the key benefits, and the good thing is, let's say Rose is a brand new agent, or actually I'm a brand new agent. Rose is my manager. Okay. And I have no idea what annuities are. I'm just being told, ask the golden question, ask the golden question. I've been here with FFL 2 weeks. I get in the house, I'm shaking, I'm nervous. Yep. Do you have anything that acts like life insurance? Like, what do you mean, Jesse? Like a 401k and IRA, like say it with some confidence, 401k, IRA, stocks, bonds, get it out. Circle it, get the insurance, right? Because that's a step to do. Then at the end of your appointment, you've submitted your life insurance. You call your manager. Hey, Rose, we just submitted a policy here with America. Got approved with Eagle Premier. Barbara was saying that she currently has a 401k from her past employer. I mentioned on some details about how we can lock in gains and protect her from losing money. That's all you got to say. Rose, can you explain how this program works? And then Rose can help you get the statement.
Right.
Then you get with Rose. And then Rose is going to say, hey, submit it to FFL AMS like we're doing now. Mm-hmm. And you just walk through the step. Guys, like, just run through walls and make a big mess. You're going to make some mistakes, but continue to learn.
Yes.
And never give up. That's my biggest thing, is never give up. It's going to get harder before it gets easier. You're going to want to quit, but don't. If it feels like you're going through hell, don't stop, because you don't want to be stuck there.
Right.
And that's pretty much all I can say.
Right. You said something very important, and I'm going to leave it to questions right after. You said something very important about reading books and getting into the trainings. I am big on the AMS training that's live on Facebook. I am big on, by the way, write it down, 7 Benefits of FIA for Retirement, written by Sean Ruggiero himself. Is designed for new agents. And also the book Retirement Income Masters by Tom Hegna. Tom Hegna is Sean Ruggiero's mentor. So that Sean Ruggiero is up here, and then Tom Hegna is up there. I thought there was a street named after him or something like that. But this guy is really, really cool. Keeps it super simple for agents, and it's a really good books to read. I'm gonna leave it open for questions for either myself or Jesse. And thank you guys again for being here.
Yeah, if you guys got questions, now's the time.
So I did have a question when, sorry, I've got my video off and driving right now, but when you're getting that statement, so I know you asked the golden question, because I got my statement from my dad, so it's a little bit different in terms of how I was able to get this annuity opportunity. So when you're in home and you ask them the golden question and they say, yes, I have it, let's say you're on your second appointment, you're there to talk about the annuity. How do you just tell them to get the paperwork, or what do people usually have a statement with that information on it that they should be keeping for you to look over?
Well, typically people are getting monthly, quarterly, annual statements. So they'll probably have something in-house.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be exact, but I want to at least see that they have an account, because if they have the trust to give you that piece of paper, walk out of the house and set an appointment to come back in a few days, there's a good chance it's done. I'm not saying it's every time, because I've got a stack of statements and I can never get a hold of the client after the fact, but their insurance is still on the books. But that means it's just someone you got to follow up with. Now, it might be scary saying, okay, I've got the statement, what do I do next? If you submit that to FFL AMS, what they're going to do is they're going to send you like 4 or 5 videos. Watch this, this, and this, and this. Here's how this product works. Here's how this product works. This is the key features. This is how it's going to do it. And a lot of the times what I'll do, I'll either print it out. Like when I was brand new, I would print it out, or I would order those brochures directly from Athene, and I would take that with me and the statement. So I would have the packet of how that product works. I would have the illustration. And then I watched the videos that showed me how to sell this, essentially. Explain how to explain it. And if not, get a manager, get someone who's really familiar with this to help break it down.
Anybody else, guys?
I just wanted to add in, if you are new at this, when you do submit it to ask a specialist, put in there, this is my very first one, because they will include extra training for you.
Right.
I have even asked for talking points, and they literally will type out the main benefits of the annuity that they recommend, so that you can literally just have a bullet list of talking points. So be specific when you submit that ask a specialist. You know, you want to ask those questions about what they want their money to do for them, and then you want to include that information so that the specialist team can pick the best annuity for them. But don't be afraid to put in there, this is my first one, please help. And they will. They're amazing.
They're insanely good. Yeah, because I had the exact same thing, guys. Like, I would say 13, 14 months ago, I found my first one. I submitted my first case. I was nervous. I had no idea what I was doing. So it went from like, I'm green to I'm training people on this. So
Absolutely.
how hungry are you guys to learn this, you know?
Go ahead.
No,
Lisa.
I love it. Thank you guys for doing this. I think it helped everybody. Do remember, if you are new, you're more than likely not contracted with Athene, which is the carrier we use the most. But you do need to have your first case to submit the contracting. So keep that in mind as well. The main thing about this, Jesse, I really appreciate the silver question before the golden question. But if you're not asking in every home, like Carl just said he wasn't, I'm going to throw stuff at you because you are not helping that family to the full extent that we are thankfully able to help them. I mean, I have one lady I helped earlier this year, and every time the market drops, she sends me a text. I just want to thank you again. I wake up to that all the time. So let's help more families with it.
Amen.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Rose.
You're welcome.
Thank you
Thanks for
so
having
much,
me, guys.
guys.